Good evening. This is your worldwide weather update for Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. Things are getting quite active in the tropics in the Eastern Pacific, which is number one on our top three weather headlines. We have Boris and now Christina, which will be impacting Mexico and Central America with torrential rainfall. The Asian monsoon continues in full swing with heavy rains continuing in India with red warnings in effect, and severe weather continues in the southern Canadian prairies. So moving on to the tropics here. This is Tropical Storm Boris on the satellite picture. This is the coast of Mexico right here. Boris is a few hours away from making landfall. It's not that impressive. So the biggest threat from Boris is going to be all the torrential rainfall. Let's jump then to Tropical Storm Christina. Here is Christina here. Quite a bit more explosive in the thunderstorm activity, but all of the convection has been sheared off to the south of the center of circulation, so that may help lessen the rainfall threat for today in Central America, but it is expected to pick up throughout the rest of this week. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. Going on to the tracks here for Boris. Boris is quickly expected to make landfall within this afternoon or evening on the southern southwestern coast of Mexico, mainly around the state of Guerrero, where we have tropical storm warnings, and then eventually weaken into a tropical depression before dying out, like getting shredded by all those mountains there in Mexico. Here are some of the alerts that we have from the Mexican Weather Service. We have a tropical, an orange or a warning for tropical storm Boris continues to move slowly towards the coast of Guerrero. This is a tropical cyclone warning for the Pacific, and they are saying that rainfall up from about 150 to 250 millimeters are expected, with wind gusts of 90 to 110 kilometers, and waves of 4 to 5 meters are possible anywhere there where that orange box is flashing along the coast of Guerrero, Michoacan, and Oaxaca. Here's a graphic just showing you how much rain we could expect. Torrential rainfall there for Guerrero and Oaxaca, and then intense rainfall for Jalisco and Veracruz as well. Some other states as well, and then just some rainfall across most of southern Mexico as well. You might be able to get a better idea of this map here. The purple area is where we could expect rainfall of up from 150 to 250 millimeters within the next 24 hours. The red box is where you could see rainfall from 75 to 150 millimeters. And then the orange box, which is most of southern Mexico, which is a little hard to see there, but pretty much most of southern Mexico are rainfall from 50 to 75 millimeters. And we are also expecting quite a bit of thunderstorms across most of Mexico, basically the southern half of Mexico has a good chance of seeing thunderstorms, especially along the southern coast here, thanks to Tropical Storm Boris. Now, moving on to Tropical Storm Christina. Here is the forecast track from Tropical Storm Christina. Gonna impact a little bit farther east compared to where Boris is right now. We have Tropical Storm warnings in effect for El Salvador and Nicaragua. Not Guatemala yet, but is expected to make landfall somewhere around El Salvador and Guatemala sometime Wednesday to Thursday afternoon. It's just expected to be a tropical storm, not expected to strengthen into a hurricane at all, and then eventually weaken into a depression over Guatemala before being shredded by the mountains there. Here are some of the alerts that we have from the weather office in Honduras. We have an orange rainfall warning today. That is a level 2 out of 3 on this scale, then a yellow level 1 out of 3 for tomorrow or Tuesday, and then back to an orange level 2 out of 3 for Wednesday. Very heavy rainfall is expected, and some significant waves are also expected in the oceans as well. On Wednesday, a yellow warning or a level 1 out of 3 warning there for the coast of El Salvador. For Guatemala, let's see, I want this one here. This might be a little bit better. I know it's not a great map and it's a little tough to see, but we have a bunch of warnings here for heavy rainfall and flooding potential across most of Guatemala too, thanks to Tropical Storm Christina. Now, jumping on to India, we continue with our red warnings for rainfall across South Interior Karnataka and coastal Karnataka, and then continuing with yellow and orange rainfall warnings. Remember, it goes yellow, then orange, then red. So red warnings are the highest severity level here. This is for June 9th or Tuesday. Moving on to June 10th here. We have a bunch of yellow and orange warnings for rainfall, maybe a little bit of heat there as well in Odisha. And then for Wednesday, and then moving on to Thursday, we continue with yellow and orange rainfall warnings with maybe some strong gusty winds and thunderstorms, maybe a little bit of heat too across north central India as well on Thursday. So southern monsoon is getting into full swing here across India these next few days. and probably next few months as well, which is typical for this time of year. Moving on to Canada, though, severe weather threat continues across the southern prairies, where the Zone A is. That's the greatest threat, where they have potential for wind speeds of 110 to 130 kilometers per hour, hail up to 4 to 6 centimeters in diameter, rainfall 50 to 75 millimeters, and some tornadoes possible. This is for Tuesday, not for Monday. Monday, things should be pretty quiet across the prairies, but then Tuesday, the severe weather threat is going to pick up with Zone A being the greatest threat. Zone B, then we'll see a little bit less of a threat, but still potential for winds up from 90 to 110 kilometers per hour, hail up to 2.5 to 4 centimeters in diameter, and torrential rainfall of 50 to 75 millimeters. And then it gets a little bit more or less severe the further out you go. That's where the main severe weather threat is for Canada. But with that being said, that's all that I have for today. Feel free to email me or DM me on social media with any questions or any comments. And I'll see you hopefully later tonight for a live stream and tomorrow as well for another update. Until then, have a good one, everybody, and stay safe out there.